Hello, this is Carney Keto Sister. I have up to 6:30 today before I break my fast on my number 3 72-hour fast. And this morning my weight was 136.6 and my glucose and ketones, glucose 88 and ketones 1.5 this morning. I'm getting ready to go for my walk, so I'll switch out and get in my workout clothes and get ready to go for my walk. And I will talk to y'all in a little bit. Hello, Carney Keto Sister back. Y'all know today is the day that I break my fast later on around 6 something. But today I wanted to share with you, I told y'all I would be trying to bring y'all some more interesting stuff about how you start keto, what kind of things you can do to help you out, because everybody, and not even myself, are professionals with this. So today I want to share with you the 4 things that I think are needed while doing carnivore or keto, or both. But before I share that with you, let me state that I am not a doctor, and everything that I share with you is about my experiences and or in my opinion. Like I said in the thumbnail, in my opinion, the 4 things I'd like to share with you for carnivore or keto. And they're not necessarily in this order, okay? But it's prioritized by yourself, how you need them, when you need them. But I think they're necessary as far as being able to do this by yourself. For one, which, like I said, is not prioritized in this order, a glucose ketone monitor. They have a glucose ketone monitor that does both, but it's up to you of which one you get. But I get myself, I get the Keto Mojo. Reason for a good glucose or ketone monitor is so that you can know that your sugar is getting lower or how high it is. Then the reason that if your glucose is high, that'll let you know right there why you're not dropping any pounds. Because when your glucose is high, your fat cells are blocked from, insulin blocks your fat cells from releasing the fat because your glucose is high. And if you're eating 4, 5, 6 times a day, your glucose is never going down. That's why this fasting, plug myself, 1, 2, and 3, is good to allow that fat to get untrapped and then it can come off of you. Right? So a glucose tongue-tied ketone monitor, specifically for the glucose. The ketones, you'll know or might need that while you are fasting, because anytime you eat, even if you're just doing keto and or carnivore, it may spike where your ketones, you drop out of ketosis. You may drop out of ketosis, but that's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing because you're eating. And it'll stop you from eating if you're thinking you need to stay into ketosis all the time, even while you're eating. Some people do, but then when they have these 4 things I'm talking about, then they might see that they're not eating enough. And they're just eating enough to stay in ketosis, but they're actually not nutrient, sufficient to be satiated. No wonder you can't do a fast. No wonder, the moment you do eat and get a little satiated, you gain a pound or 2 because you find out you were under eating all the while. So 0.5 is good, especially when you're fasting. It doesn't matter how high you go, long as you're there. 0.5, you're there. The upper it go don't mean you're going to lose more or whatever, but it's necessary if you are trying to fight cancer. So I ain't going to run too far on that one. Let me get to the next one. Let's say Carb Manager. I'll do that one next. Carb Manager or any carb counter, food app, chronometer, whatever, whichever you like, something that counts or tracks your food. Most carnivores don't like to track. They just eat till they satiated, and that's it. But half the time they find out down the line, or as they go further, they weren't eating enough to begin with. So to start off, I think it's a good idea to track to make sure you're eating enough. So therefore, you continuously lose or get nutrient dense, satiated like you should. So therefore, your body is used to burning, which they say calories don't count, but in this sense, I think it does. Because your body gets used to burning that many calories that you're putting in. Although you're lowering carbs, you get to eat a lot. Hello, isn't that wonderful? That's why when I eat, I'm trying to eat about 2,000 calories or so. But I'm not eating that in carbs. I might be eating in protein, and sometimes if I feel like cheating with keto, I will, but mainly protein. But if I track to back it up, if I track my glucose ketone monitor, I might be out of ketosis at that particular time. Am I worried about it? No, because I'm constantly keeping my weight down, I'm staying satiated, and I'm feeling great. So that is the number 2. Number 3, like I said, I'm not doing them in any particular order. A fasting app of some kind. I like to use Zero, but they have plenty of fasting apps. Why is it good for a fasting app? Because they can track when you're doing your 16-8. All the apps have that. And so you can track when you hit that button for 16-8, you do the 16, it goes off. And then the time that it is not on, it counts, so you kind of know when you've been off of the app for 8 hours, you know it's time to hit 16 again. But when you're doing longer fasts, it's wonderful for that. Why? Because you can set it when you know you have to do the manual for a day or 2 days or 3 days. You can set it for a day, do your fasting, which is that 24, my number 1 on my Fasting Carnivore-Keto1, 2, 3. Set it for a day, let it go off, you finish your fast, and then you're ready to eat, you end it, and then you start it again. So it counts your 24 hours, because you might be in the middle of something. You don't want to be brainwashed mentally trying to say, oh, I got to end my fast. You might go over that time, that's fine. But when you start it again, that's when you in your eating window. You're gonna start it with your eating window like you started with your fasting window. It helps count that 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day fast. Great. That was 1, 2, and 3. And number 4. That's it. Carb Manager, Fasting App, Glucose Ketone Monitor, and number 4, electrolytes. Which, if I was prioritizing, that would have been number 1. But like I said, it's in no particular order. It's as you need it, and all of these things I think are needed when you're first, when you're starting either or, carnivore or keto, is electrolytes. I don't have any particular brand which I like. I've tried them all. I've tried Keto Chow. I've tried Real Light. I started with Real Light for a while. I started with Keto Chow for a while. Like I said, it's coming up on 6 years. So between Real Light and Keto Child, and I tried Elements. But I'm not sponsored by neither one of these products. I'm just sharing my experiences, like I said, my disclaimer. So, electrolytes are important. You feel sluggish, you feel like you're about to faint, you're about to pass out, you drain. That's because when you don't do carbs, that's why they call it carbohydrates. It hydrates you, it makes you hold on to your electrolytes, which is potassium, magnesium, sodium, chloride, you know, all of the above, or beneath research, do your own research. And it helps you hold on to it when you're doing the carbs like that. Although it's not helping you lose no weight, you hold on because it's carbohydrates. When you're not doing carbs, carbs are not essentials, but electrolytes are. So when you're not doing carbs, you pee out your electrolytes a lot sooner. So when I started, I was keeping me some pink salt and I'm gonna show y'all. I told you I'm here in a little pill looking bottle like this. And when I need some, I open that joker. I don't offer this to nobody. This is my personal. And I just lick it. And that keeps me going. Or sea salt, whatever you prefer. Sea salt, molten salt, pink salt is your preference. But in between that, you know you need more. So you need the potassium, magnesium, and the other little essentials that you need. Carbs are not essential. So that you might not take, but the electrolytes that you purchase, all of it you purchase. I don't think none of it's for free. But anyway, those that you might get, you only take those a certain amount of times a day. And it's depending whether you do like me and I go and work out or whatever. So my max is 3 on a daily, 2. Unless I'm working extra hard, 3. Other than that, it's like twice a day. But 3 is my max. Even on a day if I lift weights or come around here and walk and everything. But I always, I have me a fanny pack, salt, and then I have my electrolytes also in the pill form, unflavored on fasting days, and I might get the flavored during the time that I am eating. But I have tests, that's why they monitor. You test, don't guess, and you can see if the flavored, since it's flavored with stevia or monk fruit or something like that, is bothering with your fast. You can find that out by testing. You know, an hour after taking it, test before you take it, and you see you produce ketones and your glucose is very low, and see once you take it an hour after, did it affect your glucose or ketones. And that monitor is good for anything that, you know, they selling stuff in the store, say it's keto or whatever, or you're unsure of a product but you want to try it because you've been losing so good doing low carb. Test yourself on the monitor, your glucose and ketones, and then wait 30 minutes to an hour afterward and test yourself again and see how much it done spike. And I think they say, but you got to research, if it rose more than 30, you don't need to be taking that. 30 points up, you don't need to be doing that. But then you test yourself another hour after and see if it's on its way down. If not, it don't have a low glycemic index. So therefore, it's spiking your glucose way too high, and it's way too soon for you to be doing it. Because some of the stuff that I tested back in the days when I started, that kept me way up there, and for a while, I can go my whole fasting days and still have a high glucose when I first started, because I was insulin resistant. But now it's like as soon as I get 24 hours in, I'm already in ketosis. Whatever I did, doesn't matter. I'm already in ketosis and stuff. So those things I just wanted to share with y'all. Drop something in the comments and let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, or if you're liking this content, give me some thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I got more things on my mind to share with you all, okay? And I'll be back before I break my fast. I'm gonna go ahead and do my glucose and ketone and wait so I can share that with you all. And then I can't wait to eat. It's gonna be on and popping. Bye. Hello, this is Carnivore Keto Sister. I'm gonna wrap this video up, but I said 136.6 and the video, I did not take the picture, so I'm letting you know it was 136.6 for this morning's weight. And right now here it's gonna be 136.4, only 0.2 of a pound I lost. I'm not worried about no scale, but y'all know that. And my ketones were 3.3 and my glucose was 57. And so that's what I'm getting ready to break my fast on today, shortly here, momentarily. And I did get some non-scale victories anyway, like about 3 or 4 people had complimented about my weight loss, and I almost don't even see it because I'm just on this mission, you know. And but it was so nice to hear it from people, and they're noticing. They're like, wow, because I went by the gym to get in this sauna, and they were like, dang, where you been going? Because I hadn't been there, but I only been doing my walks and my, you know, my fast that I'm doing here and sharing with you all. And they thought I was going somewhere else, moonlighting to another gym, and I haven't and stuff. So yeah, I guess it shows, but it's good to hear it from others, don't you think so? Anyway, if you haven't already, like, comment, share, and subscribe so I can bring more content to you all. And I hope you like the little segment I put in the middle here about sharing those little tips, and other tips are more to come. And I will be sharing my vlog tomorrow with what I've eaten when breaking my fast, and my, I'll do the weight no more on my eat days, but I'll share that. Okay, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.